Greetings Internet, welcome to Aaron Plays and I hope you're doing fantastically well. This is my turn 3 of my reattempt at mission 2 in Normandy. Didn't quite get the objectives in the first 10 turns, so I've got another 10 turns in this attempt. Just to clarify, for winning a campaign, I hadn't realised there was 3 methods. Or to carry on the campaign. There's a standard, a survivor and hardcore. Well, I'm definitely not doing hardcore. I'm doing survivor. As long as my company commander survives each of the missions and the reattempts, then I will continue the campaign. The standard method is you've got to win the each of the missions by at least the reattempts, otherwise you get removed from command. Well, I think that's a little bit harsh. So not going to succeed all the time, but you've got to try and I've got to try and survive to continue the campaign. Hence why I might be hanging back. I didn't clarify that on any of the other videos other than the chosen one, and I went, actually I haven't clarified how I'm going to carry on in the missions. So I've still got this reattempt. Obviously going to try and achieve what I want to achieve, but as long as I survive, I will be going into mission 3. If I don't survive, if a sniper takes me out or something like the company commander is me, if it takes him out, then yep, that's it. That campaign is done until I try it again. But there are plenty of other campaigns for me to try before I try it again. Anywho, what is going on this at the present moment? For a recap, we had Mr. German here, Mr. Lucky. This guy has survived everything I've thrown at him. Absolutely everything. I think he originally was on this card here. He ambushed my units that were here. This was in the first attempt. He then fell back into the farm that I'd left unoccupied onto this card where there were my guys. That was at the end of the previous attempt. So in the reattempt at the start, I couldn't start on that card. He did. I brought some artillery on and he bugged out to here. And he's now causing mayhem. He survived. The shots are coming from my machine gun here quite happily. Mr. Lucky. So yeah, I've thrown grenades at the guy, artillery at the guy, machine gun weapons, shrugs it all off. So, anywho, moving on. We've got some more Germans that appeared over here, which we've got to deal with. Because for me to win the reattempt, I have to take and secure objective 1, which is now currently secure, and I have to do that with objective 2 and clear this German off this row here. Everything else behind us is fine at the present moment. They're all clear. I don't need to do something with that, but it is worth 2 experience points, so maybe. This card here is clear, but it's not secure because, well, it is secure. Sorry, my bad. There's no Germans on it. That makes it secure. Right. So that's where we are at the moment. We're about to start turn 3. I need to get these guys to stop shooting at the now empty farmhouse. Yeah. Okay. So we're first of all going into the friendly higher HQ event phase. We draw a card and we instantly get a reshuffle. Okay. There is no radio there, so there is no higher HQ. We then have the battalion HQ impulse, where he activates my company commander. Well, I don't remember where he is. Okay. Now, because this is a reattempt, and I lost my artillery, both my artillery and mortar forward observers, I have only the company HQ who can bring in either the mortar or the artillery. Yeah, the XO can't. It just says the company HQ or the forward observers. So, yeah. But we do have the mortar just moved onto here now, so he can bring in fire onto this guy or this guy. Well, I don't want to bring it on here because I've got guys on here, or over to here. Oh, I've got guys on there as well. That's why we're heavily engaged, isn't it? We double check that we are heavily engaged because we are on the same card as the enemy. Right. So my battalion HQ has activated my company, So I now draw to see how many actual commands he gets. So he gets 4. Is he undercover? He is. He's in a foxhole. So that's 5. He gets +1 for that. Is he veteran? He is. So he gets +1 for that. So that's 6. 6 commands. Not bad. And he's got 1 saved, so he's got 7. Okay. So we definitely want to activate platoon 1 and platoon 2. So where's second platoon? So we'll put that. So that's 1. First platoon 2. Let's have a look at where the other guys are and check my communication paths. Okay, so I'm here. So there's a phone line to 3rd platoon. That's not a problem. Where is the XOs there? 2nd platoon's here. Now I believe, there we go. So there's a phone line here into telephone there, which then got a phone line to here, which then goes to 1st platoon HQ, who's then got I did have someone there, didn't I? I think German fell back. There is no telephone line there. So that's interesting, isn't it? We don't actually have a phone line to the XO or the platoon HQ, 2nd platoon HQ. Right, okay. Yeah, just double checking that. So 1st platoon we can activate, 3rd platoon we can activate, but we can't activate. Where's the sergeant? Where is Mr. Sergeant? Where are you? Where is the sergeant? He's not injured already, is he? No. No, he's got to be somewhere. Hello, Sergeant. Stop skulking. Where are you? XO? First platoon? Did he come up here? He did. He's pinned. Okay. Alright. So we don't actually have communication, so we can't activate him either. So it's 1st platoon and 3rd platoon. I'm not too bothered about 3rd platoon at the moment because that's a much reduced and weakened entity. So definitely 1st platoon and 2nd platoon. That's the 2 we've done so far. Can't activate the 1st sergeant. Can't activate the XO. And I don't really want to activate 3rd platoon. So I've spent 2 commands so far. Okay. Is there anything else we want to do with him? Yes, I want to re-establish that communications. Now, if I move up into here with my field telephone, that will then connect with this phone line, and then we're reconnected, aren't we? It's at the moment of determination. So we can do that. And then obviously we're going to get ceasefire. Okay. Let's do that. So I will activate the 50 cal to move to here into the farmhouse that we abandoned not so long ago. All right. So can't infiltrate with him anyway because he's a heavy weapon, and there's no fire going to be coming on that as long as we stop our fire. So that's another command, and we'll activate him to move into there with his field phone. Okay, so that's another 2 commands. So we spent 4 so far, haven't we? Just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So down another 2. So he's got 2 left because he was on 7. You can only spend a maximum of 6. So he's got 2 commands left. He's moved into there. So he then pops smoke of some kind. Ceasefire. Yeah, leans out the window and fires the green flare, which is observable by all my guys on the board. Okay, so flip that. Boom. All right, so ceasefire command. He's still got one order left if I want to use it, or I can bank two. I'll double check what happens. So that goes. They cease fire. They win it. They've gone anyway. Okay. So the crossfire is going to be gone. That's gone. Okay. Now then. This will go. This will go. And this will go. Right. Now, what additionally happens? This guy's still firing on here. That's firing back, so that's fine. No one else will fire in on there because we've got troops there, so that's okay too. There's already fire going on here, so that's fine. Okay, that's going on there. What have we got in there? Green fire team, so no change there. Yeah, so they'll sort of cease firing, come back to firing again. That's what I'm getting at. Right, I think that's all okay. Right. So then, what do we want to do? So we could, with my one command, I need to get this guy off my back. 50 cal can't open up yet because it's moving. Do I want to bring artillery here and then get these guys off there? No, not at the present moment. He's not in the cover at the moment, so he might fall back again. He might not, but he might. So we'll bank that one additional command. So we've got two left. We spent a total of 5 there. Okay. Let's flip that. Right. So that's the company HQ done. Now, second platoon we activated. And they are back in communication via phone line from here to the XO and the XO to the second platoon. Okay. Though I did that in a slightly wrong order. I then checked the communications, didn't I? But yeah. Okay. So let's activate first platoon. We're in the platoon HQs and so forth. So drawing a card for first platoon. Okay, so he gets 5. First platoon is, what's his status? He's veteran, so that's 6. Is he undercover? Is he undercover? Where is first platoon? He's over here. He's not. Okay, so he gets 6. There's no volume of fire on him, is there? No. So he gets 5. Veteran 6. He's got a total of 11. I think, I'm not sure if 10's the maximum. Well, we'll say he's got 10. Okay, so you can spend 6. You can spend 6. Right, what do we actually want to do? Because we've got this German pillbox here pounding fire down here. We found the farm. It was in ruins. What we got here? All right, so we've got a grenade launcher here. So, first platoon's first order. Now, do we fire it on him? Or we fire it on him? I mean, he's under the... I can't remember if he's under the cover. Let's assume he is. Okay, so we will order this rocket launcher here to fire a grenade into here. So that'll take me down to 5. He is a veteran, so he gets an extra draw. Oh, sorry. Yeah, he is a veteran, so he gets an extra draw. So he's drawing 3, and we're looking for the roundel. No, not it's a grenade. Look for the grenade. 1, 2, and 3. He gets 1. Excellent. So up here, there's a grenade landed in that cover. Place grenade, and then flip that. Boom. Okay, and then consume an ammo. Dead state goes from 2 to 1. So you've got 1 shot left. Okay. 5 orders remaining. Okay. Let's advance. I don't really need to advance him into there, do I? No. I think we're going to advance him into this one. So as there's a volume of fire, he's going to try and infiltrate into there. He is veteran as well. Oh wait, we're not in the same location. Okay, so he will move as his second order, join them in the foxhole there, which makes him exposed. Can't infiltrate because there's no volume of fire on there. But so that takes him down to 4 orders, whereupon he orders the veterans to infiltrate this card. And they're veterans, so they're drawing 3 cards. 1, we're looking for the little infantry symbols. 2, and no, they don't infiltrate. That's unfortunate. But we do get into the cover, and they are marked exposed. Okay. He's got 4 left. I think they're okay. They're. I think that's all we really want to do. Yeah, the first platoon. So he can bank those, which means, as he's a veteran, he can save up to 9. Well, he used 2, didn't he? So 8. If I can go over 10, if you can let me know. I don't really want to slow down and have a look at that, but he's got enough commands. Right, second platoon. He gets 4. I don't think... Where is second platoon HQ? He's here. He's green. So 4 becomes 3 for green, but he's undercover. So back to 4. Okay, he's got 1 save, so he's got 5. And he could spend all 5 if necessary. Right, so what we're going to do with second platoon. Okay, we can't see this guy from here. I've got the mortar, but to be able to bring the mortar fire onto here, I'd have to move the platoon HQ to call it. Yeah. Well, actually, no, he's part of... Did I make him part of 3rd platoon? I did, he's green. So 2nd platoon can't actually call him. He can only fire it if he can see it himself. That's unfortunate. Or the company commander. Or the XO. Ah. Oh, I didn't give any orders to, did I? Darn it. Okay. So 2nd platoon. Do we want to move anyone else there? Not at the moment. We've got to casually want to get them off. Shall we try and... You know what? Let's do this. He orders them forward into there. I can't break off an assault team because he can't be broken down to only a 1-step unit. So they are exposed, but 2 of 2. Let me just double check. It might not be that one I moved. Hold on there. What equipment do they have? 2 of 2 only has the rifle gun. 3 of 2 has got the smoke. Sorry, white phosphorus. I'll tell you what, we'll do that. All right, so let's just change what I've just done there. So he comes back. He's still in the cover. Okay, and we'll move him out. So he becomes exposed. So that's one order. He then orders 3-2 up here with his smoke. Sorry, white phosphorus. So he's marked exposed. Okay. At which point we can say he flies on there, but he doesn't because there's already stuff on there. So that's them done. So he's done 2 orders so far. This mortar, as I say, you can't see there, and he can't order him anyway. Yeah, that was I wouldn't say foolish, but a mistake. Right, so he's used 2, and he'll bank the rest. There we go. Right, initiative impulse platoons. So first, yeah, I actually wish I'd done the XO now. 3rd platoon draws a card, and we're looking at the listal number. He gets, oh, blimey, 4. That is good. Too good actually, but there we go. 4. 3rd platoon is, he's green, so that becomes 3. Is he undercover? He is not. So it is 3 he gets. And he's on 2 there, so that takes him to 5. Flip that over. So 5. Right. What do we want to do with him? Okay. 1st platoon's dealing with this situation. Maybe I need to get 3rd platoon over to here, back with his mortar. So we're going to give them a platoon move. So this is coming off soon. Into this farm here. Don't mind them being marked exposed at the present moment. And he moves to there. So that costs him 2. Okay. That costs him 2, and I think we'll bank the rest. This is 2. I'll put that. Right, the sergeant and the XO get 1 each. So now the sergeant is currently pinned on this card here. You know what? I don't mind him being pinned there. It does give him that extra +1, doesn't it? We can't do anything up against this guy. We need to get something with a bit more oomph. And the only thing that's going to be able to get that far is the 50 cal, because they are at close, long, very long. I don't have anything other than the 50 cal that can hit very long. Even my mortar can't hit that far. My artillery can, and my off-board mortars, but that would mean moving my company commander up here, which will expose him to fire, which is me. I don't think so. Where's your artillery observers when you need them? when you want to risk them rather than risking yourself. And to be fair, I don't need to beat this guy. I don't need to engage him. What might be useful if I had that mortar and just like keep popping smoke. Oh no, my mortar doesn't have smoke, does it? No. Or white phosphorus? No. No, no, no. So I just got to keep moving units in there and hope I don't lose too much, because I've got to keep this secure, which is clear of enemy and some of my dudes on it. Okay. So in himself, no, I'm just going to bank those. After that waffle, excuse the waffle, and then the EXO. Activate him. He gets 1. Right. What are we doing with Mr. EXO? Because he has got a telephone and he's sitting here. So we could get him on here. It's got a volume of fire, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to infiltrate him onto this card, and then we're going to order him to tell this mortar to fire on that position there. Okay. So attempt to infiltrate into the cover there. He is green. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he gets 1. He gets 1 card. Come on, Mr. EXO. No, he doesn't infiltrate. Okay. So his second order then is to try and get that mortar there to fire into there. Okay, so communication. I'm going to just double check how that is actually done. Indirect lay, I think it's called. Okay, like it. Okay, indirect lay firing requires someone who is eligible to issue orders to the mortar to spot for them and give them an order to call down fire. This could be the company HQ, company staff, such as the EXO, which is the guy I'm using, or it could be the platoon HQ that the mortar is attached to. That's why my platoon commander couldn't do it, because it's the wrong bloody platoon commander. The mortar can either have its own radio or phone, which it does, or be co-located in the same card, which it's not at the moment, but he's got a phone. Okay, and this is considered good enough, i.e. the HQ simply relays the order. They do not have to be eligible to issue orders to the mortar section, and there is no card draw. So even if that EXO had not been eligible to give orders, which he is, the HQ relays the order. They do not have to be eligible to issue order to the mortar section. Not quite sure what that means. Does that mean that it actually doesn't use the EXO's order? He's got 1 order left. So I'm assuming, well, don't make assumptions. That is a problem. Assumptions create mistakes for later missions. So we are looking at combat. Call for indirect fire from on-map mortar. Cost is 1 order. Any HQ staff, any on-map mortar unit, place the appropriate volume of fire marker on any spotted enemy card in the originator's line of sight and in range of the firing mortar. The firing mortar unit must have at least 2 steps, which it does. The mortar unit expends ammo. So it places a heavy fire on there. It's not incoming, it's a volume of fire, which is then heavy. Interesting question. Will that be affected by the woods? I suppose not, because that's a blast, but we'll check that when we need to. and that consumes ammo. So it goes from 4 down to 3. Boom. And that's the EXO. Oh, he didn't infiltrate, did he? No, so he should be marked as exposed. My bad. Got there in the end. Boom, 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 boom. Right, so the EXO has used all of his up. Right, so we're now on to general initiative. 2. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. So what we're going to do with those 2? I think we want to fire this white phosphorus off. So there we go. That's 1. Got 1 remaining. Okay. So here we've only got automatic weapon fire. Do we want any more on that? No, not really. Do we want to try and get a grenade onto him? Sorry, it's funny. Keep trying to get grenades onto him. I'll tell you what, we'll actually try and get a close range grenade from this veteran guy onto him. Okay, so he will try and throw a grenade. Right, so he's drawing 3 cards. 1, 2, come on. I tell you, I've thrown so much at this guy to have a grenade missing there. So that'll affect everybody on the card. He doesn't throw grenades back because he's not a squad as far as I remember. I better double check that. I'm making a declaration. No, they do get to try back. When a good order unit has a grenade attack attempted on it, whether successful or not, from the same card, it automatically makes a free attempt to make a grenade attack back at the unit that tried to attack it, unless the attacking unit is unspotted. Well, he's not unspotted, so he will try and throw a grenade back into this foxhole. Right, so he's a line unit, so he's drawing 2. Sorry, my bad. He's drawing 2 cards. 1, 2. Whoo! So there's still a grenade miss on there. That got a little hairy, didn't it? So that's my 2 initiatives impulse used up. So we're on to the Germans, and we have a higher HQ draw. See if anything happens there. We're looking for the radio symbol there. No. So enemy activity check. Right, so we've got activity on here, activity here, enemy activity here, and here. Okay. Why is this saying automatic? He's got a pinned marker on him. So that should be state or pinned. Yeah. Okay, so we've got 1 working from top to bottom and then left to right. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Draw a card. And Alt. That's a 4. We're doing the Mr. Lucky. This guy first. Right, okay. So he's a heavy machine gun. He's not pinned, and he's on a card with the enemy. So we are looking at on same card as an opposing unit and not undercover. That's the very first. Okay. We're on a hasty defense, aren't we? Oh, I can't remember. I think this is mission 2. Yes, hasty defense. So let me bring up the chart so you can have a look at it. Right, so we're on this one here. Enemy defensive activity check, hasty defense, on same card as opposing units. That's the top group there. 1 to 4. Okay, so draw a card. He's doing option 2. Option 2 on there is move into or seek cover. 2 to 4. Okay, so he is a line unit. One. Well, first one said cover, didn't it? So he's found cover. So that will make him exposed. And now he's moved within the card. Well, let's stop his fire. Let's put the cover marker on him. I'm going to have to check that one, aren't I, as well? But he's marked as exposed. And a tripod weapon, if they're marked as exposed, they cannot fire the machine gun. Okay, so useful. He ain't firing back. Why can't I move the cover to the top? Okay, well, we know he's under there. So, that's him done. Let's give him a nice little tick. Boop. Right, so there's still 3 more to go. Draw a card, and it's number 2 that we're looking at, which would be 1, 2, this guy. So he's pinned and undercover. Okay, pinned and undercover. So come down to this one here. All right, enemy lat that's pinned, pinned on the same card, no, pinned on same, no, pinned, not pinned, undercover. So that's the 3rd option, sorry, the 4th option, and again it's 1 to 4. Draw a card. He's doing option 4, which is pinned, undercover. Option 4, he falls back. Okay, 8.63. I think that takes him out of the fight. He's off board already. 8.63. Off map, if at the edge of the zone, yeah, remove from play. Alright, so Egon, which is useful. Why am I doing that? So I'm putting that. And let's move these over to here. I'll sort them out in between. But they've fallen back unhappy. Maybe it's the mortar shell that's coming in there. Typical, isn't it? But who knows? If I hadn't done that, they might have rallied and continued the fire. Right. Well, that means that's gone. And that's gone. Okay. Next up. So we've got 1 and 2 left to do. Draw a card. 2. So that is this card here. Right. Looks like they're no longer pinned. Okay, they are under fire though. And they have a grenade coming in there. So we do the paralysed guy first. You do lats first. So they are currently not pinned. I'm trying to think why they were, I think fire must have been ineffective. So paralysed, not on an opponent unit card. They are on an opposing unit's card. So none of those options apply. If none apply, they do no action. Okay. The squad here, right, so he is not pinned, is okay, so hasty defense, on the same card as opposing unit and not undercover, he is undercover. On the same card as opposing unit and undercover, 1 to 3 actions, 1 is no action, 2 is fallback, 3 is attempt to make a grenade attack. Okay, so what's he going to do? Got 3, he does number 1, which was, can't remember now, on the same card as an opposing unit and undercover, It says no action, so in other words, he's carrying on that shooting there. Yeah. Right, so that's him done. Whoops. What happened there? I have no idea why it does this sometimes. So I didn't do anything unusual. Try and straighten it up. There we go. Bring it back to the central thing there. Right. So that just leaves that heavy machine gun here, doesn't it? Okay. Now, he's still on a hasty defense. He has got, he's not out of ammo. He's not under fire, but has a valid PDF. He will try to concentrate fire on a 2, 1 or 2. It's a hasty defense. On 1, he'll do no action. On a 2, he'll try and concentrate fire. He's drawn a 1, so he'll do no additional action. So he's conserving his ammunition. So he continues his fire down that PDF from that hill that he's on. Right, so I think, just flip that over. So that's done. That's done. That's done. That's done. Everybody's done. Everybody's a winner. Okay, so we'll clear any activity check. Are you sure you want to clear? Yes. Right. Capture segment. I don't think, because that paralyzed guy's with his own guy, they're protecting them, so nothing happens there, and nothing happens here. So, no. Retreat segment, treat any unpinned litter teams. No, no, none of that applies. Okay, there's no vehicles. Fire mission update segment. Right, okay, so that comes off because we decided that we didn't want to bring artillery fire onto ourselves. Deleted. There is no other fire missions. Potential contact evaluation. We have this one here. That's in fact, it's the last actual counter we've got to check for. So it's contact A. All right, we are still heavily engaged. Why did I do that? Don't know. Heavily engaged with A. We're drawing 3 cards. So bring that back. Let's see if we get the word contact. 1, 2. No contact. It gone. Right. That's useful as well. Boom. Okie dokie. Pinned recovery segment. Anyone that's pinned that's on a card which now doesn't have a volume of fire, that pin is removed. I think I can't recover the sergeant because they're still under the machine gun volume of fire. So that's that. And then we have the combat effects. Okay, so again, nothing affecting this guy. On here, we've got a -1 from the machine gun, +2 for the general farm itself, +1 for the ruins. That's +2, +3, +4 from my sergeant. -1 is +3 for the sergeant, +3 for the sergeant. That's a miss, so he's no longer pinned. And he raises his little middle finger up and says, "Get lost." Right, so this guy, the assault team, would be +2, +3, -1, so +2 for him and +1 for him. So the +2 first, then the +1. +2 first. He's pinned, and the +1 is missed. Okay, so he became pinned. And he's fine. Okay, moving over to this card. Okay. We have, against the Germans, a grenade coming in. They're not overstacked inside that cover, so that's okay. Right. It's fire within the card, so it's +1 for the hedgerows. +1 for this basic cover, +2. Automatic weapons fire, -1, so it's only +1, minus another 4. So it's net -3 on both of those guys. The squad first, net -3. He gets away with it. He's only pinned. And the paralyzed guy, he's only pinned as well. Wow. Okay, only pinned. What I forgot to do though is give myself a victory point for doing that, or experience point. There we go, so they're pinned. So let's keep that there for the moment. And then the return fire here, automatic weapons fire, is +1 for being on the card, +2 for cover, -2, -3. So net -1 on the squad, and net -1, hold on, 1, 2, yeah, net -1 for the squad, and net 1, 2, net +1 for the assault team. So net -1 for the squad. Of course he's hit. He's veteran, and it's a casualty and a litter team. That is harsh. That is harsh. And on the other guy at +1, he's also hit. And he's a line. He's paralyzed. I don't like that at all. I'm very upset about that. I lob a grenade, and it does nothing other than pin them, and I get blown away. Okay, that'll teach me. Right, so the effect on this guy, we pull a casualty, and the leader team, pull that, which becomes a state litter team. Okay. That was harsh. And he's pinned. He was hit and became paralyzed. Which is also pinned. That veteran squad is not happy. All right, so we did do a successful grenade attack though. We got the grenade into their cover, and it did absolutely, well, it pinned them. We'll update all the firings afterwards. So nothing here. So there's just the one card left here. Right. So the effects on him, first of all. Okay, so this is no longer here. He's not firing at me because he moved into... I'm still hit by the -1 for the grenade miss. The effect on him, first of all. Card, his woods is definitely +2. He's now undercover, +3. But there's -2 for the exposed, -1 for the automatic weapon, and -1 for the missile grenade. So 2, 3, -4 is net -1 on Mr. Lucky. Is he still going to be lucky? -4. -1. He is hit. Let me just confirm that again. Okay, +2, +1 for the cover is +3. -2 for the exposed, -1 for the automatic weapon, -1 for the missile grenade. Net -1. He is hit. Right. Okay, he is a line unit. He is hit. Finally, he is caught. He has become a casualty. Wow, he took a lot of taking out, or requiring to take out. Put that there. Woo! All right, so the effect. No, let's just move that out of the way. For like I say, I'll sort these out. There's still cover there if we need it. Okay, so the effect on my guys is +2 for the woods, +1 for the foxholes, +3, -1 for the mist grenade is +2. +2 versus the machine gun, then +2 versus the squad. So the machine gun first, +2 is a miss, he's okay, and the squad, it's a hit. Come on, draw a card. The effect on the squad, light is P, so 1 step is paralysed. Darn it! Veteran, it was still paralysed, so pull a lat. Okay, so that becomes paralysed. Where's the paralysed state? So that becomes 5 for paralysed. This then becomes a generic fire team. Pull that. Make that a fire team. And the squad counter is removed. That not nice? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, okay. I think that's it, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So let's let's do the cleanup, and then we'll update all the fires and such forth as per what's actually written on the card. So cleanup. Be sure, yes. So that will be moving us on to turn 4. But let's check volumes of fire now and other things. So on this, he consumes an ammo. So goes down to 5. So that stays in effect. On here, yeah, we've got the pin squad, pins. So it's all pinned fire here. We back have got nothing. We won't fire on him from outside there, so there's no fire on him at present. Okay. Nothing consumed ammunition here from my side, or here either. Down here, we did the consumption of ammo. This machine gun does consume because he was firing on the enemy here. He's only got 1 ammunition left, and that's it. So that's also gone because we're not firing on anyone here anymore. Yeah, that was the attack position. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I believe that is it for that situation. I will tidy it up and so on. But yeah, ready to go to turn 4. So we finally got that German heavy machine gun. He was a pain in the wrong place, wasn't he? But so now all we need to do is secure this card. So I've got to think about a plan for him. What we're going to do with him. And obviously, hopefully, there's no German counterattack. So yeah. Okay. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy the video, give us a thumbs up. It all helps. Subscribe if you haven't done so already and you enjoy what I do. Any comments, much appreciated. If you could share this with someone that you think might enjoy it, please do so. And again, just spreads my channel out there. And the other options you can do, if you want to, you can become a channel member. It's all in the link in below the actual screen there. So until next time, remember to play games, have fun, and buy internet.